On April 22, 2014, Rick Marshall was arrested and found with stolen campaign signs in his possession.
Every election brings with it a minefield of misinformation, lies, and cover-ups. Crooked politicians use every tactic, from brutal attacks to distraction techniques. They will literally do anything to keep the voters from learning the truth about their evil ways. We, the people, are smarter than those in power have given us credit for. We all know that where there is smoke, there is fire. It's time to stand up and demand integrity in our community. And it starts with each and every one of us. It's time to reveal the facts without the distractions. This is Through the Smoke.
Marshall was charged with conspiracy to commit a crime, possession of stolen property, and resisting arrest after he was filmed removing campaign signs. Chapter 294A of the Nevada Revised Statutes affords a political action committee that opposes a candidate the same restrictions and protections as any candidate. The signs Rick Marshall had in his possession were considered campaign signs and protected just like any other. Marshall was arrested with Ben Gully. Gully has been a longtime Rick Marshall supporter and has been seen all over town putting up signs for Rick. Coincidentally, Gully was also the one in charge of the NCSO prescription drug program, the same program that Marshall's son-in-law was caught stealing pills from. Marshall held a press conference about the arrest. In it, he claimed that he had permission to remove the signs. Since the arrest, Marshall has been rumored to be asking landowners for pre-dated letters granting permission to remove the signs. Even at the very least, it was a conflict of interest for Rick to be the one taking the signs down, but Rick never had anyone's interest but his own in mind. Marshall also claimed that officers used excessive force and had a mob mentality. Gully and Marshall both claimed they were approached with guns drawn. Gully stated this. The video clearly shows a different story. Do you see guns drawn? When officers attempted to take Marshall into custody, he chose to act like a child that didn't want to finish his vegetables. He fought with officers all the way up until being put in the car. Not behavior becoming of a natural leader, but we've learned to expect this disregard for the law from Marshall. Gully was placed on administrative leave. Marshall was also placed on administrative leave, but DeMayo lifted that administration leave, and Marshall returned to work. On April 28, 2014, the retaliation began. Detective Berukowitz, who led the investigation against Marshall, was placed on leave for his involvement in the arrest. Lieutenant Antonio Mark Medina, who we know is a close friend of Marshall and riddled with his own questionable background, investigated Berukowitz's involvement in the case.
Unfortunately, somebody in carrying out those instructions from the sheriff went overboard. Whether it was at the direction of the assistant sheriff or somebody working for him, we do not know. However, the reason I scheduled this press conference originally was I was informed on Monday and shown that an illegal search warrant for Detective Berukowitz was obtained. That illegal warrant was promptly rescinded. Detective Berukowitz was given an illegal gag order. Nothing in connection with any investigation by Lieutenant Medina.
Medina illegally obtained a search warrant for Berukowitz's cell phone. Immediately upon being notified of the investigation, DA Brian Kunze took the appropriate action and had the unlawful search warrant rescinded. DeMayo also quickly put Berukowitz back on duty.
I immediately brought it to the attention of Sheriff DeMayo, and to his credit, Sheriff DeMayo immediately intervened, lifted the gag order, and immediately reinstated Detective Berukowitz.
On May 1st, attorneys for the Nye County Law Enforcement Association held a press conference to dispel false statements made by Marshall and release the video of the arrest.
If you take a look at that video at approximately the 3-minute mark, it does appear to show the assistant sheriff, contrary to the claims that he found signs in the road, it does appear to show him deliberately removing the signs and actually crouching down and looking each way before he does it. I'll let you review the video and draw your own conclusion. You will see on one of the other videos that contrary to some of the claims that have been made, that the occupants of the vehicle were in fear for their life or thought they were going to be shot. You'll see Mr. Gully relaxing, almost lounging against the back of the pickup truck, talking to the deputies. You'll also see a very relaxed atmosphere while the deputies were questioning Mr. Gully and the assistant sheriff before making their determination that they did in fact have probable cause to effect the arrest. The department does have dash cam video, which is not under our control. We would like released, and that's within the discretion of the sheriff and the department.
That video clearly contradicts Marshall's statements regarding the incident.
I think the video will probably restore the public confidence better than anything I could say. You will see how professionally they handled themselves in the video, and these allegations of being out of control, threats of shooting, and all of the other, quite frankly, nonsense that has been spewed in connection with the political spin on this incident is just that. It's nonsense, and I think the citizens can be proud of their deputies.
Prior to the events on Tuesdays, there were several requests from property owners for the removal of unauthorized signs that were placed on their private property by trespassers.
And they do not appear to have been honest with the deputies on the scene and, quite frankly, didn't tell the truth.
In police work, your integrity is like your virginity. Once you lose it, you never get it back.